And welcome to a new unit. You're going to start learning how to do video editing. Video editing is, as with a lot of things we do in my class, it is a career. It is something that you could do for a living. You could do, when I was growing up, if you did video editing, you worked in TV or movies. But nowadays, with computers and cell phones and other devices, there is a need for people who to be good at video editing. And these are jobs. You could literally do this job as a kid. As you all know, some of you consider yourself a YouTuber already. Well, now you're going to learn the behind the scenes, the timeline, and how to really edit and clean up your videos and do a whole bunch of things. Chop the video, make it longer, stretch it, add words, add sound effects, add music, how to fade the music, how to do transition, all kinds of great stuff. By the way, not only is video editing a career that some people do and get paid money to do for a living, it's an art form. Like how you present a video isn't just as simple as take out a cell phone, record some stuff, and post that. That is, amateur stuff. Actually learning how to take that and manipulate it in a video editing program and turn it into something beautiful and meaningful is a skill and an art form. And that's what I want to kind of get into with you. And that's what this project is going to be about. We're going to learn two different projects. You're going to do two different projects while we're doing this. This first project that you're doing now is the quick, easy project to learn the basics, to learn kind of how editing a video works and how to learn the mechanics of using the program. So don't get too bogged down with details of how stuff should look and such in this project. Instead, I want you focusing on learning how to use a video editing program. In the next project that we're going to do, that's when you're going to really learn a lot about being creative with your video editing. So for this project, please just stay focused on the project itself. Okay, the project has changed a bit, so I'm re-recording this stuff. This is what it looks like at the time I'm making this recording. And to start your first project, you're just going to simply click on Create. Whenever you see this little arrow, that means that you can pull down and see some other things. So there's other things you can make in here. We're going to focus on editing. Okay, so you're going to click on Editing, and that's going to bring you into your first project. And that's where we are at this point. And you're going to start this project. You notice you have a few tracks here. You have a timeline, and we're going to learn how to look at this timeline. This is your media area. This is your preview area over here. But the timeline is where a lot of your focus is going to be. Down here at the bottom is the main thing that you're going to be dealing with. You can see you have an audio track so far, one video track, and a second video track. They happen to call it text 1. But the fact that it says text doesn't mean it has to be text. It's another video track. And you can actually change the name to whatever you want anyway. But what we're going to start with is we're going to grab a background. And you're going to click Select All. And I want you to click on any one of these backgrounds quickly. Don't bring them all in and spend a lot of time on this. Let's just click on one. I'm going to click on this one. Don't use this red curtain one. It doesn't work anymore. It's the one I used to use all the time. It doesn't work anymore. I'm going to bring down this blue one. I'm going to drop it. So you literally just click on it, hold the click, drag down, and we're going to drop it onto this. That is probably, at the time I recorded this, they called it video 1. They might change that. And when you drop it down, notice it is 10 seconds long. So when you press play, you see it just kind of does this little animation that it does, and it does it for 10 seconds. That's how long it is. But I want you to hover your mouse at the end of it. And notice that when your mouse is at the end of it, it turns into this sort of double arrow that goes back and forth. That's what I want you to click on, and I want you to drag it to approximately 30 seconds. Don't get crazy if it's not exactly 30, because this first project isn't going to be very long. That's the extent of what we're going to do. You're going to drag this out to about 30 seconds, and now your whole video that you're going to make now is only going to be about that long. And then what I want you to do is I want you to find this magnifying glass over here. That's to zoom in, because we don't need to see a full 2 minutes. If you notice, this timeline is currently showing you about 2.5 minutes. We're going to zoom in because we only want to see our first 30 seconds, because that's really as long as our video is going to be. Now I clicked that 4 times. I clicked this little zoom in 4 times. Notice that this scroll bar popped up. So you need to kind of scroll back to get to 0 seconds, because look, it zoomed me in to like 15 seconds here. So find this little scroll bar and scroll yourself back so that you are at the beginning of your video. And so far, when you press play in your little preview, that's all you have so far. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to end the first video at this point just so that you can see the basics of how to get started and how to put the background in, how to stretch that background to 30 seconds, and then how to zoom in your view of what you're looking at on your entire screen. Because I can zoom back out. Watch, you don't have to do this now, but just watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to zoom out. Now, here's my same 30 seconds, but I'm just looking at it from further away. And here you can zoom out that far and see as many as 2.5 seconds. But that doesn't make sense to work on a video in this small area. It makes more sense to zoom in. And again, once you zoom in a few clicks, it might make you scroll around. It makes more sense to zoom in to about 30 seconds to get started on this video. I want you to get to that point, and then you're ready to move on to the next lesson.